you living, dog? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, the bio is just when I need to make money, man. You don't need to do it like I'm already on stage. You don't need to. I'm not from Uganda. I'm from Wood Green, actually. Wood Green. Wood Green. I actually have a lot of like sentimental memories in Tottenham because it's just around the corner, innit? Like that bus stop just by the sports centre just there. I almost got robbed there multiple times. Multiple occasions, so it's bringing back a lot of memories being here. I kind of want to give a bit of disclaimer before I go into my pieces. The disclaimer is I have 2 kids, first of all. That's the overriding disclaimer. So I didn't read the brief the way I was supposed to. So I initially thought it was like you pick 3 songs, 2 free songs, and then you write poems to the songs, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I'll pick 2 songs, which I don't know if I can write poems to, but then the 3rd one would be good. Which was a bad idea, because now I just have to do one of the pieces. So I'm going to try to figure it out together. But please don't judge me by my song choices. I thought it would be like interesting to write to them. But don't judge me by them, yeah. The first song is Baby Got Back. So I just want to like I said, I have 2 kids, that's my... so yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll just try to get through. When you guys start drifting off, I'll just stop and then we'll play the music. I'm West African, so I come from a family of big butts. Let me start. I'm from Ghana, so I come from a family of big butts. My dad probably has the biggest butt of them all. Pause. Because it was always, we should do this, but I could have been this, but we could love more, but so many buts. I wonder if maybe I inherited all my excuses from him. Because when you get to my age, niggas really don't dream anymore. They just chase buts filled with whys and maybes. It's crazy. Have you seen the price of rent in the big city? Sleeping is so expensive, no wonder dreams ain't free. And I think sometimes that my kids might have to inherit all the butts I make inevitably. And I wish I could just say that maybe love is the answer. The same way I love my boys Nazareth and Nirvana. But the reality is some people only go December and enjoy in Ghana because of a deal that they made with Klarna. So sometimes I work early just to listen to the sunrise. And sometimes the morning sounds like a song that's out of tune with no option to rewind, even when the feedback hurts your ears. My favorite place in the world is this city I call home. But it's also, well, sometimes I feel trapped in the cages of other people's opinions. I just want to grow old without having to really grow up. Is that too much to ask for? But Hakuna Matata doesn't seem to apply when the rent is due. They say the best things in life are free, but did no one tell Baloo that the bare necessities cost money? Because we were just rich kids with poor dreams. We were just poor kids with rich dreams. Dreams so expensive our own parents couldn't afford to believe in them, making us feel like they didn't believe in us. So I give my boy enough money to buy his daughter the latest Harry Potter novel and a half a weed, because she needs to learn to read, but she also needs to eat. So some days I wake early just to listen to the sunrise, and sometimes it sounds like a morning that's out of tune. It sounds too stressful. So give me an average chick over a bad bitch. Nah, that's BS, because my wife is fine as hell. And I've got too much love for the colored girls. My cousin wants to be a Kardashian. And that's cool as long as she acknowledges that not every guy is a Kanye West, and that there's very minimal reality shown in a reality show. Will she recognize that face in the mirror once the cameras are off? But you try to convince a confident 21-year-old black girl that perfection doesn't exist and that it's merely a figment of our exaggerations. Are we still aiming for the same goals that we did when we were kids? Because back then we made goalposts out of jumpers, stones and sticks, and it was still lit. Now we shoot for the stars, never once taken time to admire them. Maybe life moves too fast, because one minute we're in the playpen, then it's PlayStations, Playboys, and the Playhouse, and we hardly play now. Some of us play the lottery. My wife's mum thinks that one day she'll win the lottery. How do I convince her that with 7 kids, she's already won it 7 times? That was a bar, come on guys, man. Late at night, the other day, I was deep in thought. You know, it was one of them nights, you know, when your wife has just refused your best advances, you know, like you was a major label and she was an indie artist. And I lay by myself and my thoughts circle all over the globe, from wars to laws to unpaid student loans. And as I'm trying to sleep, she turns over, rolls over, comes close, whispers in my ear and says to me, "Babes, you didn't ask how my day was." And I want to say to her, did you know they just banned abortion in 14 states in the US? Do you know that your country, Nigeria, is one of the largest exporters of tomatoes, but also one of the largest importers, meaning you sell them to other countries fresh and import them in tins. When will Africa learn? Never get high of your own supply. I want to say to her, do you know that, when do you think LeBron is retiring? Do you know that Messi is playing football in the States? I mean, not football, I mean soccer, because Americans call that sport that you play with your hands football, which makes a lot of sense. I want to say to her, should we stop eating KFC? Did you watch What the Health or Cowspiracy? I want to say to her, do you know that the doomsday clock is 10 seconds away from midnight? That's the closest it's ever been to global catastrophe. Do you know what the doomsday clock is? I want to tell her the sea levels keep rising. It's Judgment Day on the horizon. The Boston Celtics just won another NBA championship. That's not a sign of the end times, and I don't know what is. I want to say all of this, but I'm still trying to get some. So I say, babes, how was your day? I hope you didn't get any stress from that bitch in HR. But before we can get it on, there's a knock at the door, and the shape of a five-year-old scrawny figure stands in the doorway. My son launches himself into the bed, my wife rolls over and she says, "Deal with your son." And he says to me, "Daddy, I can't sleep." And I say, "Why?" He says, "Because I'm thinking." Nigga, you ain't got no problems that keep a grown man awake at night. You don't eat, you don't pay bills, buy food. My wife doesn't even complain when you keep the toilet seat up. So what are you thinking about? I asked him. And he says, "Dad, why doesn't Ash want Pikachu to evolve?" Do you think he's trying to stop him from getting bigger? And I want to say, damn, you've grown so much. Is this what they mean when they say time flies? They say it has wings, but now it feels like it has turbine jets. And I'm afraid that no matter how fast I run, I can't keep up. I want to tell him that I see my father in his eyes. And that makes me want to call the old man up and tell him that I love him. But you know, we don't do that. That's no homo. That's pause. That's not the bro code. That's no 48 laws. So I want to tell him that even though we grew up in different generations, I wonder if we could have different conversations. But hopefully I'm learned and I'm learning. So hopefully I can have the kind of conversation with my son so he can look this old man in his eyes and tell him everything I couldn't tell mine. I want to tell him all of that, but instead I say to him, maybe Ash is afraid that when Pikachu evolves, he'll leave him. Because sometimes when you love something, you nurture it, you let it grow, and it leaves when it's ready. Son, there's a saying that says if you love something, you set it free. And he says to me, "Daddy, that doesn't make any sense." And I say, "But son, when it comes to love, nothing makes any sense." Because I have 2 boys now, so now I have to think twice before I make stupid decisions. And the most important thing I've realized is it's all about having someone you don't mind spending your life doing laundries and taxes with. Because we can't control everything that's happening on this pale blue dot floating in the middle of nothingness. So all we can do is have enough love and thank God for what he's given us to contain in these 4 walls, and that should be enough for us. But before I could say any of this, my son and my wife are both snoring. So I roll over, lay my head down, and finally, I fall asleep. Thank you.